Recorded Books Romance presents Midnight Reckoning, A Tale of the Dark Dynasties by Kendra Leigh Castle, narrated by Bradbury.
Chapter 1. Tipton, Massachusetts. On a night when only the thinnest sliver of a crescent moon rode the sky, at a time when even the most adventurous humans had fallen into bed and succumbed to sleep, a solitary cat padded in and out of pooled shadow as he made his way across the deserted square in the middle of town. He was large, the size of a bobcat, with sleek fur the color of jet. His coat shimmered as he moved, gleaming in the dull glow of streetlights in between shadows, and he moved with speed and grace, if not purpose. Eyes that burned like blue embers stayed focused on the path ahead of him. The cat had gone by several names in his long life. For more than a century now, he had been simply Jaden, or even more simply, Cat. If pressed, he would answer to either, and neither if he could get away with it. Tonight, in the night's seductive and silent embrace, Jaden answered to no one but himself. Jaden took his time as he made his way through town, savoring the stillness of the blessed lack of humanity with all its noise and emotion and complication. He paused in front of the darkened windows of a beauty salon, letting his gaze drift over the sign that read, "Charmed, I'm sure," and then lifted his head higher to catch the scent of air that was heavy with moisture and ripe with the promise of rain. Jaden could sense that summer was making its way to this little corner of New England, while aware that even in early May the frost could arrive on any given night to give the season's fresh blooms a deadly kiss. Deadly kisses, Jaden thought, lashing his tail. Yeah, he knew all about those. When you were a vampire, especially a lowly, shape-shifting cat of a vampire, deadly kisses were sort of your stock in trade. Damn it. So much for a late-night walk to clear his head. The shift came as easily as breathing to him, and in a single heartbeat Jaden stood on 2 feet instead of 4, his clothes firmly in place by some magic he had never understood but always appreciated. He stuffed his hands deeply into the pockets of his coat and continued on down the street, glaring at the ground in front of him as he moved. Though he'd spent years seething silently at the Ptolemy, his high-blood masters who had treated pets like him with little mercy and even...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?